Hello everybody, welcome to Hexbots, Hexbug, Battlebots Series 3. We're here in the Sweet 16. 8 fights will begin today, which will be the second to last episode before the main championship bracket. So place your bets on the 8 robots to go through, and the 8 robots to go back and pay their taxes. This will be great. To start things off in Quadrant 4, is the number 28 seed Spikeosaurus and the 12 seed Aquatic Disaster. So without further ado, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the Sweet 16 begin. Spikeosaurus versus Aquatic Disaster, 2 champions, but again not off of the main series. The 4th of July champion of 2023 and the New Blood Tournament champion of 2024. Spikeosaurus being pinned up in the wedge by Aquatic Disaster. Aquatic Disaster does have the drive because Spikeosaurus gets limited whenever his weapon is spinning up, as he found out the hard way in Heat C. However, he looks to be pretty much recovering ever since his grand win against Quarter Pounder in the last, 2 episodes ago. Anyways, Aquatic Disaster still spinning up to speed, and Spikeosaurus doing honors. Goes up on the wedge, and so does Aquatic Disaster. I guess to lure him there. The robot from Ultimate Robotics. I haven't heard anything from the guy at all. Where is he? Spikeosaurus doing what's best and he can. Tries to hit the side of Aquatic Disaster. That's a nice little... Well, there you go. That's a nice little bite there from the both robots. Aquatic Disaster seems to be doing rather good in terms of control. Spikeosaurus, well, thankfully their drive is not giving way, so that's at least something. Spikeosaurus, still though, it's got that mighty weapon. That's how it won 2 years ago's 4th of July special. And, ooh, that's a nice little hit. The weapon, oh, wait, it looks like the weapon is rising up on Aquatic Disaster. That is not a good sign. It looks like the weapon is going to fly off of Aquatic Disaster at some point. Spikeosaurus, are they going to do something? They do a nice hit again there onto Aquatic Disaster, and the weapon flies off of Aquatic Disaster! How about that? The weapon flies off of Aquatic Disaster? Uh-oh. Oh, I think they're stuck. We're gonna get an unstick, and then... And there's the unstick. Spikeosaurus flies off the weapon, and Aquatic Disaster is not moving, and Spikeosaurus is gonna win. I think all it took was just at least some practice with their new setup, and well, here they are. Barely scaving away with a 28 seed, and able to take out Quarter Pounder in one hit, and return to their spinner-destroying tendencies as they remove the weapon on Aquatic Disaster. Hit it hard enough until it shut it off at the end. Yes, we did have to separate them. But it's going to be Spikeosaurus, the first one going through to the round of 8. Sorry. Anyways, next up, we've got the 22 seed Shadow versus the number 6 seed Liability. These two robots have already faced each other. Liability, the latter, winning the fight by a knockout. Can this change for Shadow as they get a redemption to go through the round of 8? Or will Liability do honors and just recreate history again? 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Will we see more upsets so far, as we have our 6 seed Liability and the 22 seed Shadow. Shadow putting Liability into the wedge. That's how Shadow lost in their heat battle against Liability. If you saw, Liability pinned Shadow in the back and called it a day, and that's how it won. Shadow tending to keep Liability there, but Liability gets free and pushing around Shadow. They haven't gotten a lift so far because of, well, pretty much of how low Shadow is. However, Liability seems to be 3 of the more successful rookie robots next to, like, Wild Wings and Gorilla because of their high seeding. Liability still stuck on the wedge, and they still get free. Shadow with another little lift, but again, just doesn't do anything to Liability. And speaking of which, we haven't seen that lifter at all of Liability come into play. The only time it did was it escaping the wedge. And that's it. But, oh, that's a good pin That was a good pin there for Liability. Can Shadow get free? I don't know. Shadow uses the lifter, gets stuck, and so is Liability. Now they're both stuck on the wedge. Who's going to get free? Is it Shadow or Liability? Whoever's stuck is going to get counted out. I think they're both getting counted out. Yeah, we're going to a judge's decision because of a double knockout. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision due to a double knockout. We have a split decision. Judge 1 scored the battle for Shadow. Judge 3 scored the battle for Liability. And Judge 2 scored the battle for the winner, the number 22 seed, Shadow. I wouldn't entirely call that fight close. I mean, I was to say that. But I mean, Liability kept going under the wedge for a lot of reasons, and Shadow ended up kind of being the more effective robot with their lifter against Liability. So hopefully, if we ever have a grudge match, this will hopefully be a contender for one, as Shadow, the number 22 seed, boosts themselves up to the round of 8, and Liability sits back in the corner and wails like a crying child. Or like an average gamer when they see the Nintendo Switch price. Anyways, next up, we've got the number 26 seed Black Hole and the 9 seed Whippersnapper. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Whippersnapper up to speed, and Black Hole just doing their own thing. Black Hole doing what's best it can. Whippersnapper returning from Scotland. Black Hole gets underneath of Whippersnapper, trying to control him, but it looks like Whippersnapper is controlling him. Can Black Hole do something with their lifter? No, they can't. They can't exactly get close, or maybe even lift up Whippersnapper. They're getting underneath him again, but I don't think that fork is under, it's not under Whippersnapper, so they can't use the lifter to an effective treatment. Until there, for instance, lifting Whippersnapper. I thought he was going to lift them, but I guess not. Black Hole, it's using the wedge, but I guess it's those little eyes on the wedge that's preventing Whippersnapper from going up, and using the lifter again, almost lifting Whippersnapper up and over, and using it again, pinning him into the side wall. That's a great control there from Black Hole. Black Hole we saw previously as they defeated Extinction for just them killing themselves. And Whippersnapper defeating Sawblaze there. Oh, I thought we were going to see more of the lifter from Black Hole, but it doesn't seem that they were to do anything as, well, of course, the lifter can't exactly do shit. As Whippersnapper gets back up to speed. Another nice little ram there from Black Hole. Black Hole, they were using their lifter effectively, but it's not been much as they get pinned onto the wedge by Whippersnapper. This fight is going into Black Hole, but as this fight progresses, it's starting to go a little bit more toward Whippersnapper. They've been the more controlling, or Black Hole, and more aggressive. Damage? Psh, who cares? Well, yeah, Black Hole still pinning Whippersnapper into the shelf. So that's at least something. Whippersnapper pushing back Black Hole again. It's now starting to gain the control points. Not been the most destructive fight so far, but certainly very tactical, very sketchy fight. They're both stuck. Whippersnapper gets free, but Black Hole isn't. And they're being ramped by Whippersnapper. Can they get free? A countdown is going to commence, but it's not going to happen. If it's going to go to a judge's decision, this is really close. I mean, damage, well, there wasn't really any damage connected. It's Whippersnapper. Aggression, definitely Black Hole, but we are going to go to a judge's decision. This is a really close fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered another judge's decision. We have another split decision. Judge 1 scored the battle for Whippersnapper. Judge 2 scored the battle for Black Hole. And Judge 3 scored the battle for the winner, the number 9 seed, Whippersnapper. I mean, I kind of had a different issue because, I mean, in the damage category, well, none of them really did any damage. It was mainly Whippersnapper that was being effective more. And aggression was definitely Black Hole towards at least the start and at least finishing at the end. But control was extremely close because of how Black Hole started off stronger and then leaned more to Whippersnapper. Who knows? It could maybe have been Black Hole that might have won and was just robbed. In any cases, we get started with our next battle between the number 23 seed Endgame and the 7 seed Hypershock. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. This is actually a Season 5 Battlebots rematch. Endgame won the fight. However, things are different here, as Hypershock is the champion and Endgame is just Endgame. Not the one from TV, though, as we're just going to mention. Hypershock and Endgame. Their ground game seems pretty even so far, with the big, chunky wedge of Hypershock and the wedge fork things on Endgame, but one of them has been removed as I said that, and it just went flying thanks to Endgame. Endgame, Soul just keeping this fight tactical. Hypershock just gonna be, if you're gonna move, you get destroyed, pal. As that's what it led him to, well, a championship win, and so-and-so. And another wedgelet thing goes flying off of Endgame. Endgame, they still have those little forks attached, so it can use them to their advantage, but at what cost? Because, well, their weapon does, well, jack. And there you go. And, oh, look, it's dragging around Hypershock, so I guess I was wrong. The forks at least have some purpose. As Endgame pushing back Hypershock. Hypershock doing the work of the damage, but Endgame keeping this fight very tactical, okay? Nothing too crazy going on. Endgame has not been flipped over or is at least going out, and neither is Hypershock. Hypershock, a nice hit there by them. Endgame, a nice little bite with the spinner. Endgame, as trying to move. Hypershock, still staying right at him. It's like a predator seeing its prey for the first time in, well, I guess ages or somewhat. Hypershock aims for the back of Endgame. That top panel can very much come off. And there we go. The top panel has come off of Endgame. Endgame's stuck, but he gets free. Oh, there goes a spike off of it. And it's stuck on the wedge. Can he get free? Oh, it's dangling. It's dangling. Can he get free? I think he's stuck. He's dangling, but I'm not too sure he's going to get back in. Hypershock, the number 7 seed. What a win, and Hypershock wins. Well, that's at least something. Now we have 3 out of the 4 robots so far that have already been in the round of 8. Spikeosaurus from Season 1, Shadow, also from Season 1, and Hypershock from... Well, I was going to say Season 1, but they were eliminated thanks to Sergeant Tankshell in that great display of a fight. And then they were in Season 2, and then that's how they won the championship, then and there. Well, in any cases, we now go on with the number 4 seed T-Bone and the 13 seed Komodo Dragon. Please don't call this rigged. Please. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. T-Bone up to speed, the number 4 seed and the 13 seed Komodo Dragon. Both lining up, and a big hit to start by T-Bone. Komodo Dragon, it's very good. Oh, a nice hit by T-Bone once again. The number 4 seed and the runner-up of Series 2. There goes a wedgelet off of Komodo Dragon. Komodo Dragon, very famous for being in random robotics. Close to winning the New Blood Championship, but lost to Agrawaba. I'm surprised you even still know he is at least a thing. Komodo Dragon is stuck on the wedge. Can he get free? I don't know. T-Bone, the number 4 seed, is itching to keep him there. But they're still pushing him. Can he get free? Yes, he can. As T-Bone
trying to line up something with the spinner. Is it trying to do something? It's up to speed again. The crazy bar spinner. Looking similar to Blindside, but the weapon bar has been bent. We have seen this before. A chunk of the whole weapon just got exploded in their fight against Category 5 in their heat battle. T-Bone, how are they going to win this fight with a bent bar? My answer, I have no idea. We have not exactly seen this from T-Bone, unless we have and I'm just stupid. T-Bone trying to do something. That little wedge thing is getting underneath the flipper of Komodo Dragon and still trying to do something. The weapon is back up to speed. Can it land a devastating hit? No, it just does a tap and that's it. And the weapon bar has just broken again. God dang it. T-Bone stuck between a rock and a hard place with the wedge on his back and Komodo Dragon in front of him. As now is trying to do something. Can Komodo Dragon flip the weapon bar off of T-Bone so we can just end this fight? T-Bone, I thought they would do well, but with the bent bar spinner, it's not doing much. And Komodo Dragon with a little flick there, pushing back the bar spinner, and I think T-Bone is stuck. The number 4 seed is stuck, and I don't know. Is he going to get free? Another flip by Komodo Dragon. They're leaving him there. T-Bone is stuck, and I think that's going to be it. Komodo Dragon, the 13th seed, wins.
And that was a great monumental win for Komodo Dragon as he advances onto the quarterfinals. And T-Bone looking to hopefully fix their weapon after that happened. Well, in any cases, we go on to our next fight. The number 3 seed Wild Wings and the 14th seed Pushover. Pushover's, I guess you could say plot armor will really be tested in this fight. As I don't know, he'll either survive, his electrical gremlins get the best of him, or will Wild Wings lift him over and go over to the next round. In any cases, it's our battle of the rookies. Let's see who wins. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. A little fast start there from Pushover, eager to get this fight going. Pushover using their weapon, Wild Wings using their claws as an active advantage. Oh my god! The front forks have just shattered off of Wild Wings! What the hell were you thinking? Wild Wings able to push back Pushover because of their weapon issue, or no, their drive issue. We have seen it throughout, and Wild Wings gets stuck on the wedge. Is it going to be a double knockout? No, Pushover is moving. The number 3 seed is getting counted out. Another top seed is out of here. Pushover, somehow with plot armor, goes through. What a fight.
Wow, what an end to Wild Wings. One single bad move by them, and it was all she wrote. Wild Wings accidentally used their lifter, and it's what got them out. How unfortunate. Wild Wings, the number 3 seed, that makes 2 top seeds in a row out of here. Will it maybe be 3, or will the chain break? As Pushover, the number 14 seed, go through to face Shadow, as making it the second of our newcomers going into the round of 8. We now have Lester the Lobster, the number 11 seed, versus the number 2 seed Gorilla. This is a rematch. Gorilla won the first bout. Can he win again? Or will Lester the Lobster make no mistakes and actually prove he's a qualifying robot? 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. A rematch of the heat. Gorilla and Lester the Lobster. The both weapons are up to speed. And well, there goes the bar spinner off of Lester the Lobster. Well, that's a great start for them. The number 18 seeds are already just doomed to fail at this point. The number 2 seed Gorilla had to take out Duck, and they left him fried at the end. I hope he had some delicious fried duck after that. Gorilla pushing back Lester the Lobster. Their goal is to stay away from that weapon and use their claws. I mean, I don't know if their claws are just going to fly off or if their tactic will work. Gorilla, they still got that dangerous weapon. Its original mounting broke and had to get a new one. Hence why it didn't do exactly well. Oh, good dodge by Lester. Able to get away and able to get underneath of Gorilla as it pops itself. That's a good defense there from Lester the Lobster. Oh, never mind. There goes the claws. Yep, Lester the Lobster's dead. Okay, I'm just gonna go grab a gravestone and just engrave Lester the Lobster on it. Congratulations, bud, you did good. For now, at least. And then Gorilla just came in to bite you right in the ass. And... well, there goes the top panel. Just to add its... sorry. Just to add insult to injury. Yeah. Gorilla still spinning their weapon. Lester the Lobster, I'm pretty sure, is just dead. Lester being pinned onto the wedge. Big hit again by Gorilla. I'm pretty sure Gorilla's just already just gonna move on at this point. Lester trying to move. Is it stuck? No, it gets free, but it just gets side-swapped by Gorilla as it goes up on the shelf. That's how they lost. And they're throwing in the towel. How about that? They're throwing in the towel as Gorilla, the number 2 seed, goes through and Lester just gives up at the end. Wow.
That indeed was truly a spectacle, as the chain of the top seeds has broken. Gorilla, the number 2 seed, in a battle I've been dreaming of since I at least started the series. Hypershock versus Gorilla is official. The number 2 seed and the number 7 seed will face each other in the next episode. But, to conclude this, we have the number 16 seed Hypershock and the number 1 seed ThunderStrike. A grand rematch. All started all the way in Season 1 in the the second heat battle. ThunderStrike took the win after flipping Hypershock and taking the win. Now ThunderStrike comes back, it is the number 1 seed, and Hypershock's still hungry for at least a top 8 rank. How will he do? How will ThunderStrike do? We don't know. Can Hypershock go through and have a rematch with Whippersnapper? Or will ThunderStrike do honors and just take him out the old-fashioned way? Let's find out in the final battle of the round of 16. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. Hypershock and ThunderStrike. Both weapons are going. ThunderStrike with the flip. The Hypershock. They're both stuck. Can they get free? Yes, they, what the hell just happened? Hypershock is just stuck on the wall. That was weird. Well, the number 1 seed ThunderStrike is just gonna move on. What?
And well, there you go, people. Our final 8 set it up for Hexbots Series 3. The number 1 seed ThunderStrike. The number 2 seed Gorilla. The number 9 seed Whippersnapper. 7 seed and defending champion Hypershock. 13 seed Komodo Dragon. 14 seed Pushover, newcomers of the arena. And the surprising all-stars of the 28 and 22 seed of Spikeosaurus and Shadow, as they finally return to the tournament in style. After missing out last series, they're back with vengeance and revenge. We'll see you all next week when the tournament will end. We will crown a champion who will win. Place your bets. ThunderStrike, Gorilla, Spikeosaurus, Komodo Dragon, Whippersnapper, Hypershock, Pushover, and Shadow. After which, thank you for watching. This is Bonzel28 signing out. We'll see you for the tournament.